Why does quitting alcohol cause weight loss? One thing I've noticed is that when people hear someone lost weight after quitting alcohol, they immediately imagine that person must have been drinking enormous amounts of alcohol, as if the only way to lose weight from quitting is if you were walking around with a margarita in each hand. But I don't think most people understand how alcohol actually affects weight, because the calories in the alcohol are only part of the story. In fact, they may not even be the most important part. Think about what happens after a few drinks. People rarely crave grilled chicken and broccoli. They want pizza, french fries, wings, cookies, late night drive-thrus. Suddenly, foods that seemed completely unnecessary at 2 o'clock in the afternoon became irresistible at 10 o'clock at night. Alcohol doesn't just add calories, it changes decision making. It lowers resistance. It weakens discipline. It makes immediate gratification feel far more appealing than long-term goals. And that effect doesn't require someone to be falling down drunk. Even moderate drinking can influence food choices. But there's another factor people overlook. Alcohol affects sleep. Many people think alcohol helps them sleep because it helps them fall asleep. Those are not the same thing. You can fall asleep quickly and still get poor quality sleep. And poor sleep affects everything: energy, recovery, craving, mood, hunger, willpower. The next day, you're tired. When you're tired, you're more likely to reach for quick energy, more sugar, more snacks, more convenience foods. Again, the alcohol isn't just contributing calories, it's influencing behavior. Then there's the simple reality that alcohol often becomes attached to routines. A drink after work, a drink at dinner, a drink while watching a movie, a drink while socializing. And those routines frequently come with food. Not because you're hungry, because the activities become linked together. One habit pulls another habit right along with it. That's why I find it interesting when people hear that someone lost 10 or 15 pounds after quitting alcohol and immediately assume they must have been drinking heavily. Maybe, but maybe not. Sometimes the alcohol wasn't carrying all the weight. The habits surrounding the alcohol were: the extra snack, the poorer sleep, the late night eating, the reduced inhibition, the "I'll start tomorrow" mentality that occasionally follows a few drinks. Remove the alcohol, and suddenly all those secondary effects begin disappearing too. What's fascinating is that many people think weight loss is always about dramatic changes, extreme diets, intense exercise, massive sacrifices, but sometimes the body responds to relatively small adjustments. One improved habit creates another. Better sleep leads to better decisions. Better decisions lead to fewer cravings. Fewer cravings lead to fewer excess calories. And over time, those seemingly small changes begin to accumulate. So when someone says they lost weight after quitting alcohol, the real question isn't how much were they drinking. The more interesting question might be how many affects the ultimate shows